Thank you so much for joining us. Wow, look at that backdrop. Lovely pool there. Just tell us, Mairead, about your situation. How do you feel about returning back and having to quarantine for 2 weeks?
We feel really lucky to be here in the first place, and when we decided to travel, it was at a time when we were able to do so under government guidance, and our holiday was booked in January, long before I did any reporting on COVID-19. So the decision to come on holiday was really based upon all of the right decisions. You know, we didn't want to take any risks. And when we came here, we knew that it would be a very different holiday, a socially distant holiday, if you like. And when we arrived, we knew that things were different here. Masks were already mandatory on Mallorca the week before they were introduced in the UK in shops. So when we came here, masks were the first thing that we had out of our bags, the same when we go shopping. But what's different here is how quiet it is. And it's really quite sad to see. We've been out for a lunch, and that lunch out in a restaurant in Mallorca was my first meal out since before lockdown in the UK. So we didn't want to risk going out for a dinner or a drink before we came on holiday. So it's a very different experience. Everything's very quiet, very clean, very compliant, hand sanitizer everywhere, masks, as I say, as well, in supermarkets too. But the streets are quiet, and this place really relies on tourism. It's one of the biggest employers. Mallorca, one of the most popular destinations for tourists from across the country. And this is really going to affect this place. When we arrived, our host that greeted us at the villa, he thanked us for coming. He needs us. They need us to be here. So this will have a huge impact on this tiny island. And when you think about it, 35% of the Balearic's economic output is tourism. So without these visitors, without these flights arriving here, it's going to have a huge impact. And for us, you asked about how I feel about quarantine, and Helen mentioned that we need very compliant employers. Well, my employer is the BBC, and obviously I will be able to do work from home. Thankfully, I'm in that position. But there are so many people that aren't, so many people that made that decision to come on holiday thinking that they would be able to go back and return to work because quarantine wasn't in effect at that time. And at the time we travelled, the government said that reaction and reviews of quarantine would be every 3 weeks. So that has changed. Of course, it has to change. This is a new virus. It's not something that anybody has ever dealt with before. So this is a very different situation for us. As I say, we feel so lucky to have got away on holiday in the first place. We have another week here. We will enjoy it. And when I return, I'll be holed up in a bedroom working from home, I imagine, for another 2 weeks.
Yeah, and Mairead, just really briefly, I know you said it's very difficult to get a real sense because it's so quiet, but what are people there telling you? What are they are they frustrated? Are they acknowledging it? Are they aware that it's happening and that they will have to do this when they get back?
Well, I'm in a villa. I am with my family and a family that we had connected with before we went on holiday. So we'd formed our social bubble, if you like. So we haven't been interacting with tourists. And that is entirely different to how it would have been before. We would have been on the beaches, we would have been in restaurants. But in that restaurant we were at, it was quiet. It felt very local in terms of the clientele. The staff, all in masks, hand sanitizers everywhere. You know, they really want to keep this place clean and safe.
Mairead, I'm really intrigued by the gold swan behind you. It's coming for a little look. Is that yours?
Is it mine? I love it. I'm not going to do any moves on it for you.
We
but
do too.
It's really wanted to get involved this morning. Well, have fun while you're there, Mairead. We'll see you very soon.
Enjoy the dark.
That looks like a lot of fun, doesn't it?
That was.
It's just approaching 8:15. Good morning to you.